into a conversation. So if you have been following the news online, on Monday, which was yesterday, there was some sort of police PRO conference that was held in Asaba, Delta State, and the IG of police was at that event. And there are a few things he said at that event while he was speaking, and that would form our conversation for this morning. So I would ask you this question before I get into details of some of the things he said, and then give you some facts around it. When you see a police officer, you're on the road approaching a checkpoint, or you're just taking a stroll, you're walking on the road, and then you see a police officer, or you see police officers, or you see a van of policemen. What's your perception of them? How do you respond? What do you feel? First, I need you to respond to that. If you just get on Facebook because we're streaming live, let us know. That's the first question I want to ask you. What do you feel when you see a police officer? You approach a checkpoint, or you approach a checkpoint, or you're just taking the stroll. You see police officers. What do you feel? How do you feel? What's the perception that you get? That's one. Number two, many have said that the relationship between the police and Nigerians is very sore. What is really responsible for it? A lot of things have been highlighted as to why there's a sore relationship to some degree between the average Nigerian and a police officer, or the police in general. And this was a concern for the IG, who was at this event in Delta State. So Kayode Egbetekun spoke in Asaba, and he said that Nigerians should refrain from using social media to report the conduct of police officers. Those were his words. He said instead of using social media, Nigerians should report to the PCC. That's the Police Complaints report to the Police Complaints Response Unit. All right. Now, the police has some sort of system through which you can make your complaints known. All right. And the Police Complaints Response Unit is that which was created in 2015. It was created to receive complaints against police officers. There are numbers that you can call. They have email addresses. You can send, mails to those addresses to handle that. But then the Police Public Complaints Committee is what is responsible for investigating police misconduct. So I'm trying to set this background because I need us to get an idea into this. The PPCC investigates police misconduct after these misconducts have been reported using the medium provided by the police, which is the PCRU, or you can call CRU, Complaint Response Unit. Now, let me give you some data. So if you go online, you do a little bit of research, it's what anybody can find. It's not everywhere. You would find that over 20,000, or was it up to 20,000 reports that was made or have been made with regards to misconduct of police officers. 2,000 complaints, not 20, I beg your pardon. I'm looking at October 2024, all right? October 2024. Over 2,000 complaints of misconduct have been filed against men of the Nigerian police force between 2021 and the first quarter of 2024. I mean, you would agree that it should be more, but let's say it is the number that it is because of the people that are aware of the information and believe in the system. Now, the agencies include the Ministry of Police Affairs, National Human Rights Commission, Complaint Response Unit of the Nigerian Police, and the Public Complaints Commission. Now, the misconducts ranged from issues including harassment, extortion, unlawful arrest, unjust detentions, and killing of citizens. All of these form the complaints. Now, if you put this with what was said by the IG, some people would raise eyebrows. Why would you say Nigerians should not? In fact, let me quote him. We appeal to the public not to resort to social media when reporting the conduct of police officers, but rather use the police complaints response unit. Now, this was the reason why he felt this was not good. He said that the role of social media plays a huge role in shaping public opinion, and so says that unverified information could create a false perception. Indirectly, you can interpret to mean that the IG is also saying that some of the reports that Nigerians put out there on social media regarding the police has not helped in promoting transparency and accountability. It has not helped in forming a cordial relationship or changing the perception or the image of the police as it is seen by Nigerians. Now, whether this is true or not, I can't tell. The most we can say is the videos that we have seen on social media were videos that actually showed a police officer engaging in some form of unprofessional act. So, if that is the case, would it be appropriate to then say that it is those reports that have made Nigerians perceive the police differently? Which brings me to my second question on Facebook for those who are watching live. What really is responsible for this sour relationship between Nigerians and the police? Is it as said by the IG that, well, the reports on social media is not doing a good job with branding the image of the police? Big question. Now, let me tell you even more. There are several more facts that you should know. So a breakdown of that data I told you, over 2,000 cases and complaints that were made, right? In the first quarter of 2024, the PCC received 459 complaints. Now, many would argue, I'm pretty sure, that there are people now that would say it is way more than that. But the ones that they received, this is where the IG had a point. If you did not file a complaint, the police, officially, the police does not know. That's what it means. That's what it would mean. Because if some of the actions that have been taken against some officers that we have seen that involved in some unprofessional conduct or the other was because on social media, Nigerians were very vocal about, what, there was one where the police officer was slapping a guy for almost no reason. The guy was even saying, "Why are you slapping me? What?" And was it the one that the officer collected the guy's phone from inside a moving vehicle or collected money? It was these videos where, if not for these videos, perhaps not many would know. So it puts you in a position where you're thinking, are Nigerians wrong for posting these videos and comments on social media? Is the IG right when he says, well, that is not helping us with the rebranding of the police image? Or can we also argue that if it was just the complaint that we go and file at the police station, how many people, after something, let's say you're at Aoda in a bus or you see misconduct of a police officer, you now get to Port Harcourt or you get to the closest police station, which time would you now get to remember to come down and go to the station and say you want to file a report against a police officer you saw on the road involving in one act of unprofessionalism or the other? The question that is even bigger than all would be, the people that would attend to you in the office, are they professional? Are they upright? For those who might not know what misconduct is, I'll just give you hints of what minor misconduct. These are minor misconducts, all right? I told you that for that over 2,000 reports, it involved harassment, extortion, amongst many others, unlawful arrest, unjust detention, and including the highest of all, killing of citizens. These were some of those that were covered. These are misconducts. But then there are minor ones that you could also report. All right? And some people don't pay attention to these. Minor misconducts, improper dressing of police officers, driving a police vehicle while you are improperly dressed is a misconduct. Being late for duty, they would have to take care of that. Being uncivil to the public. How many times have you seen a police officer in uniform urinating on the road? Smoking in prohibited areas, drinking alcohol while on duty, disregarding general rules and regulations. I mean, police officers drive one way like it's their business because they're in a police van and there's almost nothing anybody can say or do about it. These are minor. Now, the major ones, we've already highlighted a few of them. Misconduct that results in death or grievous bodily injury and then violating the human rights of any person. Now, these are the major misconducts. Will you agree with me that we see both the minor and major forms on a daily basis? Let's look at the percentage as against number of cases or complaints filed and number of punished officers that were punished. All right, so we arrive somewhere. Now, if you look at the breakdown, it says that 459 complaints were made. Similarly, the complaint unit recorded 287 complaints of professional misconduct in the first quarter of 2022. In another separate report, the Ministry of Police Affairs said it handled 431 complaints between July and September of 2022 that resulted in disciplinary actions for 81 officers. So, note, 431 complaints, disciplinary actions for 81 officers, resulting in the dismissal of 7 of them. I told you earlier that those that would have to sit down to investigate after you make your complaints, that's the Police Public Complaints Committee. All right? And who are members of this PPCC? We have the Permanent Secretary and Chairman of the PCCC, the Minister of Police Affairs, the Minister of State Police Affairs, members. There are other organizations that are also involved: the Police Service Commission, Police Community Relations Committee, National Youth Council of Nigeria, National Human Rights Commission, Nigeria Police Force, Ministry of Police Affairs, and so on and so forth. Right? You can find all of those details online if you research them. They are those that would now sit down and look at the complaint and then look at which officer, what kind of punishment goes, what kind of punishment is deserved. The question now many would be asking is, do we trust those people who are doing this job? That's the problem with Nigeria. Fundamentally, a lot of Nigerians have the problem of trust with the police, especially when they have gone to even, what's that word, whistle blow. And then you get home and the person whistle you went to blow is waiting for you. After the commercial, we'll put out more stats and take your contribution. Go. The time is good morning. The conversation continues here on the Morning Crossfire. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. And so we had the IG in Asaba yesterday saying, Nigerians, please stop reporting police misconduct on social media. It is not good for the image of the police, and it's not helping with the rebranding of the image and perception of the police. Just on the first couple of minutes, I've tried to put you perspective and let you understand what it entails, what misconduct is, what the police consider as misconduct, how it's investigated, data with regards to number of complaints made. And I told you, if you don't make the complaints, it means officially the police is not aware of anything, even though there's a video circulating on social media. Even though. It's not that the police should not act. I wouldn't know. The police would have to tell us whether it is mandated to act based on a video it saw on social media. But the most you understand is if an official complaint is not made, it technically means that the police is not aware officially. So hence the reason why the IG is saying make an official complaint. Make an official complaint. Go make a complaint to the police complaint response unit. What is responsible for this? I don't want to say bad blood, sore relationship. I would open the phone lines now and we'll hear from you. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So join in on the conversation and share your opinion with us. Several messages. Tochi Okere says, my reaction on the issue of police is this. Nigerian police officers are such, for me, they are a big shame to this country. Go through Port Harcourt to Were Axis and you will be dazed at the rate of extortion with so much boldness. Thank God Ability says, the bag eggs in the police force they've damaged the reputation of the police. The Nigerian police force needs total overhauling. Well, guess what? There are some bad eggs that would be there till they'll be promoted and become IG one day. So what happens next? Godwin Agwanwo says, the thing that is responsible for this is the poor conduct of carrying out their constitutional duties and acting unprofessionally, and also dining with them to be... I don't get what you're saying there, my friend. Nati says, Kala policemen always extort money from motorists. Whenever I walk through there, what always comes to my mind was this question: are they paying these men at all? So there's also the fact that the IG should also consider perhaps that the welfare of police officers, this is a good thing you raised, are they even properly taken care of? We're not saying that taking care of them properly would stop all of them from, all forms of misconduct, but you would agree that it would largely reduce misconduct. So are police officers even properly taken care of? That's a good question to ask. 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0003. I'll take the number again. 0817-923-0007 and 0817-923-0003. We begin with Muriel in Okrika this morning. Hello, Muriel. Good morning to you.
Hi, Femi, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is your trick, woman. In Femi, for me, I would say the riskiest thing, if there's any word like that, or the most risky thing you can do as a Nigerian is to walk into a police station to go and report a police officer. You should be holding your heart or your life in your hand. It is very risky. I posted on Facebook, they are the ones that destroy this relationship between us and them. It started by when they started calling us bloody civilians. Bloody civilians. I wonder if they don't have any blood vessels anymore. Immediately you join the police force, you no longer have blood flowing in your veins. We are the only ones that have blood now. We're bloody, Sometimes when you see the altercation, most times between a police officer and a civilian, you wonder, where is this kind of hatred coming from? You will see the hatred in the tone, the bitter. It's as if you are the cause of everything they are going through. It is your fault that the government is not meeting their needs. It is your fault. In fact, even when they are collecting what they are collecting, they do it with so much anger, so much bitterness. You cannot even dare you. In fact, I was in a bus and he was trying. Maybe the man behind me was in a hurry, and the guy was arguing that I've given now, my number is this, my number, I gave the other one, my number is this. The other man was insisting, the man wanted to take again. He said, no, sir, the bus officer is this. And this man at my back was shouting, started shouting, all of us in the bus. I was practically begging the man, I beg. No, so he said, for what? I said, sir, please, I wanted to come down and run away from that bus because anything can happen. So any sort relationship between me and the police, they are the ones that caused it. And it will definitely pass information. They cannot, what they are looking for in our hands, they won't get. You will not go. Social media is the only safe place where you can just go and air your view and run away. Trust me, here too, you're not safe, but it is the safest means. You can't dare go there, enter there, this thing. You don't dare. Don't you hear me?
All right, JJ and Romigbo, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Andrew,
I think what the IG has done is to tell us why the police is still stagnant. While we are in the 20th or 21st century, the police is still in the British era where Nigerians were ruled, 1914, Lord Lugard. That's exactly what he has explained. Andrew, let me ask you this question. You add it to whatever your question on Facebook that you want people to respond. Sorry. What is the percentage of the response when you write to them, go to maybe Rumokoro, wherever, to do your complaint, the percentage of response vis-a-vis the percentage of response when you post it on social media, even though they said it's not good? What's the percentage? I remember seeing one video in Delta State around the Ughelli area where they allege that the police shot a boy dead because he refused to open his iPhone, right? And in less than 1 hour, I saw the police with the boy, the PRO in Delta State with the boy, telling the world that, look, oh, this is the boy that they said they shot to. He didn't die to. How did they do that? If it's not official, how can the police PRO has to do investigation, knew the boy, take him out, did the video, and at the end of the day, the whole world knew that that was a false claim. I think they can improve on things as society grows, but the IGs still want to live in the ancient of days to make sure that people are changed. See, if you go to any of the stations and say, oh, one of your men slapped me for social place, the way they go, you will receive more slaps. What is there? Put it on social media. You follow up everything. It will get to you, and you follow up at the end of the day. You solve problems. We are in a digital era. Oh, don't do anything. What if they do good and we post them? Won't you promote them at the end of the day? Why are we so lazy? So
right,
for
JJ.
me, I think the idea has given us a reason not to even trust him, and trust his admiration, like the trust margin has become wider. And I doubt if there's anything else.
All right, JJ, thank you very much.
Please.
I think two things that JJ said. The last one, interesting because the Nigerians have posted officers that are doing well. And I remember a traffic warder that was posted on social media, Nigerians, because she was so good at her job. And it got her an award. I've seen it happen in Bayelsa State. I've seen it happen here in Rivers State. So in those cases, the police, so is it basically that when it's good, Nigerians are encouraged to post on social media? When it's bad, Nigerians are not supposed to post on social media because of how it's going to, represent the image of the police? The second thing you asked was about the stats with regards to cases, complaints filed, and then success rate, right? So I was trying to give you an insight into that. So let me quickly put this out. So the CRU, that's the response unit, complaint response unit of the police, recorded 287 complaints of professional misconduct in the first quarter of 2022. The Ministry of Police Affairs handled 431 complaints between July and September of 2022. And this was it. Out of the 431, 81 officers faced disciplinary actions. Among the 81, 7 of them were dismissed. So would that mean that the remaining 300 and something were or more were not guilty of whatever complaints that was made against them? So I think you have a point. The conversion rate, when we look at the success rate of the complaints, how it's been responded to, perhaps could that also be contributing to why Nigerians don't even believe that if they go and complain, the right thing would be done? Robin in Echie, good morning.
Good morning. It's Andrew.
Yep, go on, please.
Yes, the IG has created another platform for us to discuss. You ask questions. What is your response? My response in this case. whenever I see the policemen on the road. The first thing that comes to my mind, I pray that those wearing black or any of those their assorted colors should be Nigerian police officers, genuinely. And when I get there and I discover that they're Nigerian police, I become very comfortable because I know the worst of it all will end up in police station. Having said so, the IG has the right to turn himself, either as a Minister of Information in Nigeria, I don't understand. You have a conference. Rather than talking to your men to turn a new leaf and behave well and stop bringing shame to the organization, you left talking to them and you become a conventional Nigerian politician and begin to tell the public on process with which they should report to the Nigerian police misconduct. You see, Leandro, if it's not in your station, a sister station, there's a monarch in a fair land who was on live interview, told us that he wrote a report on particular criminal activities.
It was on Nigeria Info. Yeah, I had that conversation.
I want you to come from your mouth. I don't want to mention the name.
That's it. Okay.
On that 48 hours, the copy of that report was printed as his death. A monarch. I don't understand what I is doing here. You see, Andrew, the last time I checked, no Nigerian police officer is conscripted into that force. It's voluntary. And if you feel the money, the remuneration is not enough for you, why do you leave? Why do you export the people? Every day we shout, we complain. This side is telling me not aware that police collect money in the station for bail. Is that what he's telling me? I should write to him, see how what before he takes action. That we have this stage.
All right, Robin.
Law is confined, and those who are committing that have not committed any offense, you can report anybody through any means. After all, video evidence is admissible in our law. And again, it's not the same Nigerian police who told us if they have the opportunity to video the people in action. It's not the same Nigerian police. You see, Andrew, now wow.
All right, Robin, thank you. Let's go to Yenegua where Mene is waiting. Mene, good morning.
Thank you. Andrew. Good morning. How is Port Harcourt?
Very fine, thank you. Go on, please.
Okay. The police response complaint unit is very good, though, to be sincere. Let's leave IDF. Let's focus on the topic, the message. Leave the person that brought the message. See, this is social media of a team, my brother. Let us be sincere to ourselves. Most of the things they posted is not truth. And none of them posting those things have the backup. If you say, oh, yeah, come and present it in law court, they cannot. You understand me? See, there are misconduct in the police section. I must tell you the truth. If I tell you what I explained in a poor police station last month, Andrew, you will never believe that GPO will give order that I should be released. And so. And when I begged her, she said, okay, go and give them what you have. But will you imagine, the moment I step out of GPA office, this lady say,
hello, Mene. Can you hear me? We didn't get that. Can you come again with it, please?
Them to release me, and you are saying this. You understand me? What is the difference? Difference of 5,000, and they say pay 10,000. I said I don't have 10,000. I have 5,000. And DPO said they should release me. So there are misconduct. The moment I turn back, I want to go and report back. This lady blocked me. Say if you move, I'll slap you. These are the things I can report, but I just overlook it. Even when I've been paid, I can still report that, but I don't overlook it. You understand me? So the IG to come out where any complaint, we should challenge it to social place. Rest. Not be everybody go go those places to go report. Not be everybody. You know, expect a taxi driver to come and report when you have been slapped by the police officer. You understand me? So the IG should do the necessary thing to make sure the police conduct are well conducted in the international standard. You understand? Not all those things we are seeing on the road. If you follow up, all of them.
All right, Manny, I think we got what you're trying to say. Unfortunately, your service providers interrupted you there. Would it also not make sense if the complaint response unit have, I don't know if they do, but if they don't, if they had, perhaps the IG would have mentioned it, have a social media handle. So people can also, who cannot come to the office for whatever reason, if you are able to get a video, you post it and tag them. Or do we really need to get to the office and write on paper? Because you've heard from the callers, not all of them are settled with that idea. For them, some have insinuated that it would look like you are walking into the lion's den to go do that. Because why? They do not trust the system or the people that are sitting on the other side of the table to take that complaint. Dakuku in Echie, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Semi Andrew.
Good morning. Good morning, Dakuku.
Kuku from Apokeche. Let me tell you,
Go
my
on.
brother, misconduct of police will be able to be stopped because all these the official, the senior men in the police are taking something from them. I can give you an example. Rumoko, they say they arrested people who are collecting money from drivers at Junction. But those people are back at that Rumoko Junction now as I'm speaking to. Instead of them to transfer them to another division police in Rivers State or another state, they still live there. I can eat it that. Look at what's going on down Lord Junction as I'm speaking to you. There's one fair lady there that's yellow. Go there for collecting 500 naira from driver. You go back on the boot. The other fat one black. He said if you don't have 500 naira, they will not allow you to go because they will tell you a particular. These people cannot stop their guys. Like yesterday, it happened at the Wimpy Junction. The motor that are getting to it, the other one collected money and leave. The other one said, this one said, no, before you know, the other one used that battery. Hitting somebody's motor. That he should look at why the guy have paid the money in that junction. What are we talking about? The name of that police is Dorcas. I know, I want that her name. That lady, her name is used battery hitting somebody's vehicle. What was she here? Why the guy have paid the money? This conduct of police cannot stop because they're always giving it on to their DPO and all that. So that's the DPO we give to commissioner. That is why this thing will not ever stop. The conduct of police cannot stop in this country because the corruption in them is much.
All right, Dakuku, thank you. Ofoji is in Oyigbo, 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0007. You can also call us on 0817 923 0003. Several messages on Facebook. Tango Ability says bad eggs in the police. Okay, Tochi Okere. My reaction on this issue, the police issue of police is this: Nigerian police officers as okay. I think we had that already on Facebook. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. So you can send in your thoughts on WhatsApp as well. We'll be taking as much as we can on the show this morning. On Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH is the handle. All right, a few comments on Facebook. This one says David says it's because the Nigerian police can't be trusted by Nigerians. Nigerians also can't obey simple instruction. Muriel says, I give all the credit to the police for destroying our relationship with them, and I fear it's now beyond repair. This is Muriel Ukbayite. Kenneth Ikboko says, from Andoni, to me, I think it's lack of trust in the police force. Citizens don't trust the police. Miracle Michael says, the one they have already reported, what have they done with it? I just have instructed police officers to leave the roads. What happened to that? I just have instructed that no more VIP, don't move with VIPs. What happened to that? Let them be sincere in this country and we will be fine. No difference between them and those Nigerians in Okoro roundabout asking for money. They are all the same. On WhatsApp, this person says, let's continue to deceive ourselves. So, okay, this is not, it's not it. Nigerian police complaint response unit to address police misconduct is deeply flawed. Expecting the same institution accused of wrongdoing to judge itself lacks impartiality and transparency. Many Nigerians distrust the CRU due to delays, dismissed complaints, and limited visible outcomes. In contrast, social media is far more effective. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram amplify cases, draws public attention and international attention, and often forces swift action. Viral incidents have led to suspensions, investigations, and justice that might otherwise be buried in bureaucracy. You know, if we go even look at those 7 officers that were dismissed, you might find out that it perhaps might have something to do with some trend on social media where Nigerians were very vocal. You never know. You never know. Mene is back from Yenegua. All right, but let's first of all take David in Yenegua. Mene will come to you. David in Yenegua, good morning.
Greetings to you, my brother man, Andrew Femi. My name is David West. I am the state chairman of Civil Liberties Organization, CLO Bayelsa State.
Go on, please.
Upon this capacity I speak. I think, first of all, I would also give it up to the Nigerian police force with the level of discipline they have disciplined their men, both at the senior and the rank and file level. I say this because as a member of this civil society, and with respect to the cases CLO, in particular in Bayelsa State, we have handled, with regards to human rights violation and gross misconduct by the Nigerian police force, we have gotten several responses, and we have gotten several cases being won at court too. For some persons that were killed by the Nigerian police force unlawfully, CLO successfully got judgment, the police officers were dismissed, and even to a fellow police officer that was killed by his fellow police officers because of 20 naira gift that was given to them. But I strongly also disagree with the position of the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Igbetoku, on the issue that misconduct of police officers should not be reported on the social media. I disagree with him. For most of the cases we have also won too, if not for the aid of the social media, I think we wouldn't have succeeded in winning those cases. So the social media has greatly helped. It is for the members of the Nigerian police force to begin to comport themselves. In fact, if you go out there, most of the police officers, with all due respect, are scared because they don't know who and who is there recording them or looking at what they are doing. Kayode Igbetoku, with profound respect to him, should concern himself more on how he is going to correct this eyesore. We see police officers on the road collecting money to the extent of police officers giving change. And I ask, are they selling crayfish?
All right, David.
One pole to the other, you see one checkpoint. In the next pole, you see another one. And policeman say, give me, I want to give you change. Inside this hard crash element, is it set?
Let's go to Buguma. Thank you, David. Isaiah, good morning, quickly.
Andrew.
Yes.
Good for the Nigerian Inspector General to come out in that manner to strongly defend his men and their wrongful activities on the road. That is very glaring on daily basis. I travel a lot. There is no route I apply. Most of them, which are federal roads, that you don't see them openly display unlawful activities, and he's coming to defend them. You see, I have said that pay Nigeria police 1 trillion naira salary per month. They will not deviate from these unlawful activities. In fact, they value that 15 naira so much, saying that they can do anything. It was here in River State. In those days when Okada were applying for Port Harcourt before the former governor, the right honorable government came and a policeman brutally abused and insulted an Okada rider only because of 15 naira. I remember when Commissioner of Police as of then, or a divisional police commander was invited and to that scene. You know what they said?
Isaiah, we have to interrupt you here. Unfortunately, we got your point already.
Yes, you allow yourself to be beaten.
We have to interrupt you because we're already out of time. Mene and Yenegwa, sorry, but we can't come back to take your call. We already got your point earlier when you called in, but we can't take your call now. We're already out of time. We have several more messages on WhatsApp. I'll just take a few more in the remaining seconds that we have. This person says, we approach the Christmas season. Police officers are arranging for more checkpoints to extort money from motorists. If the police are our friends, as we normally hear, why are they taking money from us with force? Thank God, ability to able you sent in that message. Well, this is where we wrap things up. Thank you very much. Jude is coming in with Hello Port Harcourt just immediately after the news at 9. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.